Welcome to another conversation with the Blazing Stars. Today we have our guest, Susie McCrea, a member of the Leadership Council of Unpassive. And our topic today is the problems of HRM systems and how our staff can help solve the problems for businesses. But before we dive in, I want to remind our viewers to please subscribe to our channel by liking, commenting, and turning on your notification to get our latest videos whenever we upload. Now, my name is Nicole King, coming straight from New York, and I am one of the ladies of the Blazing Stars. I would like to introduce to you some of the ladies. Who would like to start?
Hello, my name is Sharon Hepburn. I'm in New York.
My name is Vanessa and I'm from New York.
I am Neslin Brathwaite from Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice. So Susie, it's wonderful to have you with us. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
You're more than welcome. I was looking forward to it. I appreciate the invitation.
Wonderful. So Susie, I'm assuming that you love being the host of Unpassive events, right?
Yes, I do. I enjoy it. As you know, I like to have fun.
Right.
And I just feel like it's so refreshing to be part of it and to help everybody on the webinars as best I can.
Right. So you're a member of the LC leadership, or the Leadership Council, I should say. For how long now?
I think in September it may be 2 years.
Wow.
So, Ash had reached out to some founders and to ask, and I said absolutely, because the Leadership Council basically we're founders just like everyone else, but we're here to help support the CEO and other founders, do webinars, troubleshoot things, try to add value back to the founders and make sure the communication is smooth.
Right. Well, Susie, you do a great job because I really enjoy looking at you when we have our Unpassive events.
Oh, you're too kind. I love looking
lively.
I love looking at all of you with your smiling faces.
Oh, thanks.
Right? Who wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here around?
Exactly, that's right.
Like-minded people who
Yes.
are intelligent and have a big heart. That's you ladies.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Susie.
you want to tell us a little bit about your journey in Unpassive? Tell us a little bit.
Sure. So just a quick review of my background. I'm 61 years old, not that matters, 61 years young. I started a career right out of college with a very large supermarket chain. And it was when people were transitioning from paper to computers. That was back in the early 1980s. And I worked for that company for over 25 years, helping do their training and development. I supported many stores. I traveled a lot, opened new stores. Right when technology was at its height, like really changing the fabric of businesses and how we do businesses. And then I wanted a change. And what I did was I transitioned from supermarket to medicine. So I'm not clinical, but I took a position in human resources at our local community hospital. And I took the things I had learned as far as training and development, human resource items, how to help employees with employee satisfaction, customer satisfaction. And I transitioned to the hospital. And I worked in the human resource department there, really enjoyed it, understood the ins and outs of it, and then transitioned to be a manager of primary care practices.
Wow.
So during that time, I found Unpassive because I was looking away from my direct sales to improve. So I found Unpassive in a women's entrepreneur group about a marketing platform. I'm like, wow, this CEO, Ash Mufara, is brilliant. I can just plug my business right in there. It's going to help me. It's going to help my team. It's going to help other people because, you know, it was health and wellness. And then, as you all know, that was 2.5 years ago. On Passive has now changed to, yes, a fully automated, large internet company. So I've been part of it. I'm enjoying the journey. Things are happening, and it's just it gives me a lot of joy and pleasure to be part of this and to be working with all the founders and the CEO.
Yeah. You said you were part of a women's entrepreneur group?
Yeah, it was on Facebook. I had
Oh, on
joined a lot.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, I had joined a lot of different groups just to see what other people were doing
Right.
and to kind of say, am I going down the right path with, developing a website, doing the right things? What are
Right.
other people doing? So, I'm always curious, and I'm always I love to learn. I'm a happy learner. So that's one of the tools and resources I used to figure things out. And thank goodness I saw that post about
Yeah.
because no one has reached out to me about it since then.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
isn't that interesting?
Yeah. We had to talk some more about that one.
Yeah.
But okay, so an HR management systems, okay? I did some research on it, and it says it enables a company to fully understand its workforce while staying compliant with changing tax laws and labor regulations. Is that how you understand HR systems to be?
Yep. And it's even a lot more than that.
A lot more.
A
Wow.
lot more than that. And I have my own perspective of
Mhm.
it and what it means to a company. But yeah, that's the basics. Yeah, it's
Okay. Yeah.
platform that has all of the information about your workforce and making sure there's checks and balances to keep compliant and to
Right.
all the right necessary documents and information on your workforce.
Okay. So what are companies looking for in an HRM system? What do they need to function?
Okay. There's a lot of different tasks, daily tasks, weekly, monthly, whatever tasks that businesses need to do.
Mhm.
So if you think about it and you think about the product we have, OStaff, Ash, our CEO, and his team understand the different things that a company needs in this all-inclusive HR platform. So some of the basic things are onboarding people when you hire them, okay, bringing them into the company, filling out their paperwork, making sure that you have all their information so you can add them to your payroll system or to a time clock, and that you can take care of that. Making sure you have backup documents, whether you have to do any kind of background checks. Do they need licenses or certifications in order to fulfill the position that they have applied for? Okay. Also, how do you keep track of their how long they've been with the organization, how much what benefits they have? Okay, so you have these HR platforms for a company, and then most companies now have transitioned to what is called an ESS, employee self-service. Okay, so employees have a portal, so to speak,
Right.
they can plug into, so they can do a lot of the self-service stuff themselves, which is brilliant because then it's less tasks that other people have to do. So say, for example, I want to go in and look at my paycheck. I want to request maybe another tax form. I want to submit something. I can do it all on my own through this portal.
Okay.
Okay, so there are so many things that a business can tie into this. And the other one is hiring. A lot of companies use all different platforms and all different systems to do the main functions of a business.
Right.
So you need people in your business. You got to hire them. You also need to provide yearly education in a lot of companies where all of your employees in most companies need to be updated on maybe different policies, procedures, and you have to document that depending on who's regulating your business, where they can come in and say, okay, you have 2,000 employees. How many of them have done this sort of a training so that we can make sure you're up to date? So those are the other kind of things. Also, you want to be able to keep track of succession planning in companies, meaning who has what skills. What skills do they need to learn to do their job even better?
Wow.
What can they matriculate to? Like, okay, this is an entry-level position. Susie McCrea came in. She's doing this, this, and this, but we would like to step her up to maybe an assistant supervisor. What does she need? And I got to tell you, a lot of the programs and platforms out there can oftentimes fall short.
Right, that's one of the things I was gonna ask you about, because if there's so many different platforms, what are the issues that many of the companies face when they use an HR system? And
Okay.
it's difficult to use.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you about that. And then I have a little insight too I'd like to share with whoever's watching this. So what happens when you have multiple platforms with different usernames, logons, it requires a company to spend a lot of time, money, and energy on training employees how to use the different platforms, how to access them.
Right.
And a lot of them can be very costly. Then what happens is a company could have maybe a good system, but all of a sudden they've got a carrot being dangled in front of them to maybe try a different way of doing something at maybe more value. Now they have to adopt that new
That's
system.
one, right.
And then they not only have to train their staff, you have a whole IT company or help desk that they have to know what's going on because they support the employees. So then what you have a lot of is, okay, what's the name of that new program? Oh, that's the one we called blah, 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 but it used to be called blah, blah, blah. Well, where do I log in for that? No one showed me what to do, you know?
Right.
So that the benefit in OStaff is that it's all there, and all of the different features and functions and the way you navigate are going to be very simple and similar.
Right. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So I was looking up on passive.com website, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the same thing, because it says that it's a web-based human resources management system. How does that work if it's a web-based?
Okay, so, you know, I'm not a total expert on all of that, but I'll tell you what my understanding is.
Right, that's
Okay.
good.
Okay, so I'll give you an example. When I was managing the primary care doctor's offices, I had all different systems I had to log in and out of. Okay, so when I was on site, connected to the secure website of the company,
Right.
hospital, I was able to navigate, do payroll, hop to this one, hop to that one. They were not web-based, okay? They were very secure. So when I came home with my laptop and I had to do some work from home, that's when I needed a VPN. So they had to know it was me, so that I could log in securely
Right.
to do work at home. So my understanding is being web-based, everyone who uses OStaff will be able to log in quite easily from any kind of device.
Okay.
And I'm sure Ash and his team have set it up with facial recognition or some way
Yeah,
that it's secure.
okay. So,
Yeah, people, I think will understand this, and I think I'm saying it correctly. It can be a pain in the neck when you have to complete stuff, and then the VPN, you have to do it from home, doesn't know it. Yeah, it's just all these added layers of steps.
okay. All right. Before I go on, because I could go on. So let me allow the ladies to ask you a question. Anybody have any questions for Susie? No? No?
Well,
I can go first.
Yes,
I have a
go ahead,
question.
Nezzy. Go ahead, Nezzy.
No, Fania, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hi Susie, how are you
hi
today?
there, I'm good. I love all your smiles today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
It's a pleasure to have you here. Susie, I have a question for you.
okay.
Knowing that you are in the profession of HR resource, right?
Mhm.
And know that OnPassive have all staff. Can you give me a brief idea or explain to me what all staff benefit to anyone that has a company or who is in the HR resource level
Mhm.
that they will use or prefer to use from all staff?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about two separate things, okay?
Okay.
The first one is going to be the instant value and benefits that a company is going to receive. Okay. Number one, they're going to get more value for this platform than all of the other platforms they're currently using. More value because of the price point, the quality of the products, them all being under one umbrella and not having a limit. There's a lot of platforms out there that when you reach a certain limit and you have more employees or you need more access, they charge you more. When you need upgrades, they charge you more. So immediately, value. It's going to save money for a company. Number two, it's going to be an easier way for managers and employees, because remember, Ash and his team always sit in the seat of a user
Mhm.
to make it easier to do the functions that need to be done. This is infused with artificial intelligence. So repetitive repetitive tasks that staff, managers, supervisors, whatever leadership has to do, the system is going to assist, okay, with that. So that's going to save time. The other thing that it's going to do is it's going to save frustration on behalf of the employees, frustration in the managers and the leadership, because things will be in one place, easy, simple, easy to understand and to navigate. Because any company that has multiple platforms to do different tasks, there's a lot of wasted time and energy.
Right.
And what does that do? That takes people away from the work they're supposed to be doing for the company. So this is going to free up more time. But I'm going to tell you something that I truly believe is going to change in the companies that get OStaff. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, we ready.
We're ready. This is
We're
Susie.
ready. We're ready.
This is Susie's insight, and I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking the same way. And I believe Ash Muffar, our CEO, and his staff understand this. And I know this is important to Ash. I'm assuming. Okay.
Okay.
So a company's front door is their human resource department.
Wow.
Many people out there have a positive attitude towards human resources, and there's many people who it has a negative connotation to.
Right.
Oh, because it's kind of like going to the principal's office. Oh, you have to go to HR.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it is fear-based. Okay. I have never felt that way in my life. And I learned a lot when I was at the hospital that there was this like this dark cloud. And it's like, what are you kidding me? We're here to help you. Okay. But that, I think, overall can be some of the feelings people have. So here you have a company where your front door is human resources. And what I worked on with our VP and my mentor, who originally is from Trinidad, was to make the human resource department relational instead of transactional. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so in most organizations or businesses or relationships, you have what we call transactional, which means I need something done. You can do it for me. Let's get the transaction done. It's self-serving to me. You know how to do it. We do it. I'm done. I get what I want. Okay. That's kind of blah to me. There's no relational.
Right.
So having a relational business that doesn't just do one transaction after the other is very, very important to thrive, especially to keep staff, because there's hiring issues a lot of places, but to keep staff, to keep them engaged, if you have the ability to have a business where you have a relational environment, not just in human resources, but everywhere, boy, is that going to be a game changer. Once again, it's the front door.
Right.
So can you imagine taking it from full cycle recruitment, which full cycle recruitment means from the day you post a job and someone applies and they come on board and they get trained and they get into their position and all of the information for them is there till the day they either retire, leave, whatever. That's full cycle. Can you imagine what OStaff is going to bring to businesses? Number one, it's going to feel very comfortable. There's going to be these revolutionary software features that are going to really make that new employee feel like, wow, this company's got it together. And relational doesn't always have to be in person. And I think Ash understands that too. There's going to be interaction within OStaff, and it's going to be tied in with all of the other products we have, whether it be OConnect, where they can have, communication that way through a video, OChat, all of the different things. It's going to feel comfortable. They're going to feel welcomed. People are going to know what's going on with Susie McCrea. A lot of companies do a good job with that, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries,
Right.
Are they getting promoted? How are we handling that? Acknowledging them, but to have it in a place that feels relational, which instead of employees showing up with their head, they're showing up with their head and their heart.
Right.
And if you hear Ash speak about that, that is the environment he has created in all of his offices where he has on-passive staff. They are there, they are welcome, they are supported, they are given the freedom to be creative. He encourages that. And so he has developed relational business, not just there. It's on-passive itself will be relational, not transactional. So I apologize for going on and on about, but I think we are going to see a shift
Right.
in any business that takes on O staff, that the employee satisfaction is going to go through the roof, because one of the biggest things, the number one thing employees look for are the tools and resources to do their job. So if O staff can provide that to the managers, the supervisors, the human resources department, all of that to really do a bang up job, the tools and resources, then the rest will flow. But that's the key thing. And you're going to just see happy employees mean a happy company. They're going to stay. They're not going to want to leave. They're going to feel comfortable because of the environment that's going to be created.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I was just about to ask. They're gonna make the front door work environment better, since human resources are the front door of the company, making it better will make the work environment better for everyone.
Absolutely, because you know, and I don't want to talk poorly about companies, but people in businesses are busy, you know, doing their work.
Mhm.
Everyone has a workload. And then all of a sudden you have to hire someone. You're like, oh God, where am I going to find the time to do this?
Right.
Okay. And a lot of times a disservice is done to a prospective employee who wants to join, because one hand isn't talking to the other. They're logging in somewhere to apply. We can't find the application. Oh, it went to this person.
Right.
Okay. You know, and then, well, who called them? Did someone call them? When's the interview? And scattered. Not everyone. A lot of companies do an excellent job. I'm just saying, if you're listening to this and your company feels scattered, this is where O staff is really going to help on the onboarding, because now I'm a new employee. I'm like, wow, that company really has, are you kidding? I can just do this. And you're going to do that with my paperwork. And I don't have to make all these copies. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I already know when my interview is. I can do, oh my goodness, here's who's going to be meeting with me. Oh, this system is so easy, because remember, there are many, many people in the workplace who are not comfortable with technology. Some people will go apply for a job and it's too convoluted for them to get through applying online. They throw up their hands and go, let's look for something easier. And that is really true. So now you might be able to get someone who doesn't have the technical skills, but they feel comfortable, and everybody knows how to use those staff. And a lot of the functions are very similar, and the menu and how to get to one thing to the other. It's just going to be more welcoming.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning more about it when we have access to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any more questions, ladies? And who else?
Sharon.
Thank you so much for answering my question, Susie.
Yeah, I talk a lot. That was a good question.
Just on that note, Susie, knowing about the training, is that going to take away, for instance, like when somebody has to do training in the company, pertaining to the company, is that going to take away like an individual?
No, but that's a great question. Okay, so in most companies, there's training. So it can be hands-on training. You know, it doesn't take away from a person. Okay, so there's some training that has to be hands-on, shadowed, completed. Okay, there's also a lot of places have yearly training, which is a requirement by however they're overseen, whether it's a state, government, you know, hospital, whatever, where yearly employee training has to get done. Most of those are done online on a different platform where people have to log in, do the training. That training can be created by the staff of the company. they help do it, or they get modules and they put it. So that won't take away necessarily a person. It will just be better managed instead of having to go into another application. So there's all different ways to train people, one-on-one, virtually, sharing a screen, or go into one of the modules and learn something and take the test. And remember, Academy is going to be linked into this. So if
Right.
you have an
I'm just about to go to ask that too. Okay.
yeah, okay. So, Academy is an on-passive product for online learning. I mean, how tremendous is that going to be when a company can offer an employee
Yeah.
different things to improve their skills, or to learn new skills, or to learn new leadership techniques, or to learn Excel or Word, or different programs out there, instead of having to now go find another vendor who provides that. It can all be linked in. I finished my class. It's uploaded into OStaff. Susie McCrea did great. She learned this, this, and this. We can add that to her description, or her aptitude, or all of her attributes. She's now getting ready for that next position. Okay. And that is a very big employee satisfaction when a company takes the time and wants to help their employees learn and improve, not just in their job, but in different things in life.
Right.
That is a tremendous, tremendous gift to give to an employee, because it shows that you are concerned about their growth and development, and you want them to learn things that they're good at and that they can improve and maybe step up to another position.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm not an employee and I'm excited. This system. Does he have a question?
Yes. So, Susie, I know these two systems are cloud-based, but what is the meaning of HRIS first?
Oh, geez. Well, HRIS is more of the data. Okay. So human resource information system. So you have the platform that does all of the functions. And then you have it backed up by all the data. So that's basically what that means. So, what kind of data are we talking about? And, I'm just speaking off the top of my head, but the data could be the backup of their benefits, how much time they have spent, what was their hire date, when do they get
Right.
when do they get an increase, all of this information getting to the payroll system through HRIS on that employee. So, in the United States, we use Social Security numbers, tax forms. So I would look at more HRIS as the data and the information, where the HRM, which is the Human Resource Management System, is more of the soft stuff going on, the hiring, the pay, the actual stuff. But the information, HRIS has all the information that needs to be backed up, and that needs to be integrated in every system. I hope that helps.
So,
yeah.
So what's the difference between that system and the human resource management system? I know they're both integrated into the HR functions. What's the difference between them?
Well, the HRIS is more data that is getting backed up and migrated probably into the programs, whereas the human resource management system is more of the different areas you're going to go to request the leave, pension, now do payroll, and then that info. Yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining it clearly enough, but both systems have to talk to each other, and one is more information and data, and the other one is more the functions that you do to get to the end result.
Good. And our staff have that done.
all there.
similar.
All there, it's all there.
Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Nice.
question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that means that
Yeah.
it's all in one thing in OSTAF. It's not like they
Yeah.
have to go
Yeah,
here.
you know,
there.
you also, I'm not the expert on the technical side of that, and I'm
Mhm.
sure the tech guys would say, "Oh, Susie, what are you saying?" But in layman's terms, there are a lot of companies that it's seamless. You know, there's programs out there, they have to talk to each other, could be in the same system. The bigger deal about staff is just the all-in-one, simple, everyone can talk to each other, access things. You're not having to hop from system to system to
Right.
system to get information. It's all there. You're not, oh, I got to go do this. I got to get my email. Okay, I got to go over here to get that information. Oh, I better get it from the finance department. It's all in there. And I'm sure there's going to be ways that, and Ash had said this, different staff has different access to different things
Mhm.
depending on your role.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I think I heard them, I think I saw accounting would be connected to it too. Would it be?
Yes, I'm not sure, with the rollout and everything going, but basically, counting, yeah, because all of these main pieces in a job, there's you get your accounts receivable, your accounts payable, there's purchasing, and like I said, I used to be all over the place trying to manage all of them, put the budget in here. So to have that in there, it's just a part of it. You're already on there. Things are feeding to each other. You have easy access to it. Yes, because all businesses need accounting.
Right. So it sounds like before, Susie, by the time the end of your workday, you were exhausted because you were all over the place with the other systems that you were using.
Oh my goodness. Well, what it did was, there are some good systems out there, and there are some businesses that have it all together, not doing a bad job with what they have. But in my experience, the staff saw me flustered.
Okay.
Which is not good. I always did my best to keep my frustration away.
Yeah.
But when you're somewhere on your computer trying to do something that's repetitive, is time consuming, isn't working, got to make a phone call, not getting the right information, calling somebody else, and the staff sees that, it's really a poor image of the organization and a poor image of me as a manager.
Mhm.
It's not like they saw me flustered all the time, but it's like, there were some Fridays I'd be like this, like,
Oh boy. Can
because
imagine.
what it was taking away from was the time I could spend improving the business, improving the environment for our patients coming in for visits, improving the workflow for our nurses and our medical assistants and our doctors. Instead, I was jumping around trying to do these mundane tasks, using all my energy and effort. And then, like you said, now it's time to spend time with the staff. And I'm like wiped out.
Yeah.
Everything was just so frustrating.
Well, thank God for staff. Yes.
Yes. People are going to love it.
Yeah,
It's
I can
like, why
imagine.
the heck wouldn't they try it? And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I know I don't say the real F word, but the F word, fun. Susie's F word is fun. F-U-N. When employees and businesses start seeing these products and realizing that, wow, not only is this so well thought out, logical, it's fun. People are going to enjoy doing the tasks they have to do far more because, Ash, there's going to be some fun interwoven into it. And there's nothing wrong with having fun in a business, because a business that has fun, has engaged, happy employees and staff, you're going to serve each other and your customers or whatever so much better than a company that is struggling and people hate to get on the computer and they put things off because it's frustrating.
Right. Wow. 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 Oh boy. Any more questions?
Yes, Susie,
Yeah.
how did you felt at that point in time and moment when Ash decided to bring out OSTA?
Well, that's a great question, because that was a while ago. And I kind of was getting used to how his mind was and the products he was developing. But when he said that, I was like, oh my goodness. Finally, someone gets it. And Ash gets it. And I think that's why he and I connected early on.
Right.
Because, and there's a whole bunch of other founders out there that have experience like me or whatever, but I just happened to be like, right away, like, oh my goodness, and I was like, this is a game changer. I love OnPassive. I love all the products, but as you know, this is near and dear to me because I struggled, and I know that this is going to help so many people feel better about their job, have more time to do the things they were hired to do. I said, this guy gets it. He gets it. So yeah, I was like, I had goosebumps. I'm like, this product is going to be fantastic. Value, revolutionary, easy to use, under one umbrella, everything at your fingertips.
Yeah.
I wanted to go run and give him a big hug. It almost made me want to go back into management.
Wow.
That's good.
But no.
Now you're gonna have a lot more fun in OnPassive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anything else, ladies?
Yeah.
So what would
Oh, go ahead, Fun. I'll ask after.
so if you were to give a message out there to any company or anybody who is in the human resource or in the business or now starting a business, what would you tell them about our product or staff? Like what is that one paragraph, that one line that you will use
Mhm.
about all staff? What would you tell them to get there?
Okay, so I do believe we will have, videos and different information soon, to show the pluses with those staff versus other things, the cost and all that. But what I would say in one paragraph is, imagine your company having an all-in-one human resource solution with a single sign-on at a very good value and low price point with constant upgrades and features with no cap on it to help streamline the functions that your staff is doing right now so that it can free them up to do the work you hired them for, instead of being stuck hopping from system to system with platforms that don't communicate to each other.
Thank you, Susie.
I know they kind of caught me off guard there, but and that's a little bit more than a paragraph. But I would say, take a look at this. This has value. It's going to save the well-being of your staff and managers. It's going to save you time and money, and you can get back to letting your staff do the things that you need them to do for your business. Take a look.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susie.
You're
Just-
welcome.
Just that short part you said there, Susie, that's a video. That
Okay.
you can use.
So the first one was a little out of sync. So that's a good one. Okay, you'll capture it, for sure.
All right.
Go
Well,
ahead, Sharon.
before we end, Sharon had a poem for you.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Susie, I know OSTAF is geared toward businesses, but is there anything that a nonprofit organization will be able to get from OSTAF?
Yeah, and I believe we talked a little bit about that in one of the webinars, thinking about how OSTAF, you don't really need to have a business, okay? So think if you're running a camp, think if, well, a business, yes, but see you have a not-for-profit camp. I'm just using this as an example, and I could be way off, but this is how my brain's thinking. So say I run a non-for-profit camp for kids in the summer. What kind of things do those kids need? They need immunizations. They need to sign up. They need all of these forms filled out. They need contact information. You also need to know who's the staff working there. Okay, so now all of a sudden you have staff. Is there a lifeguard? Are they certified? So you start thinking about all these things. So now instead of trying to manage everything, because it's a nonprofit, they may not have the money or the resources to have all these big platforms. Now all of a sudden they could use OSTAF to put in all of the people, the volunteers. Sometimes you have volunteers and they need to meet a certain requirement. They need a criminal background check. So instead of being flustered all over the place, you've got it all under there. You can bring on your staff into OSTAF that are going to be running your non-for-profit camp. And then you have the campers coming in. So then you can add them in the system. It's going to be so easy for them to get into the system. And then all of their documentation. So, I mean, there are so many different ways you can use it. Someone had mentioned a Little League team. Can you load it up with your Little League team? Put their stats in there. I think you can do whatever the heck you want because the price point is going to be affordable for everybody.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you've got accounting there. So I have my non-for-profit camp. I can handle all of that. I can handle the payroll for the people who I've employed. I mean, there's just so many opportunities. It's going to make life a lot. Finally, it's going to make life of businesses, non-for-profit, whatever, a lot simpler because everything will be single sign-on in one place with the tools and resources they need to manage their business.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not gonna wait. You're gonna share the poem now?
Yes. Okay, sweet. They
Good.
call me the poet on Blazing Star. So my fellow leaders wanted me to make a poem about you. So don't quote me on this.
I'm excited.
Okay. Susie, the life and laughter on the Leadership Council. So when she tells you her little stories and give her input, you better have paper and pencil. The leader who likes to hula hoop, but in unpassive, she has all the scoop. The founders enjoy her bubbly personality, and she loves helping others in their difficulty. And that's a poetic view of our one and only Susie McCrea.
Oh, wow. I've never had a poem written about me.
Beautiful, beautiful, Sharon. Beautiful.
You are too kind. You are too kind. That was great.
Susie, I will make sure she send it to you.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
you have
send
my
it to you.
you have my information.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. That made my day, my week, actually.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. I have such gratitude for all of you and all of the founders around the globe. I mean, you guys are true leaders, big smiles, want to have fun. I mean, I am just so humbled that you invited me to talk about this because, as you know, I can talk forever. That was just so sweet. That made my week. Like I said, thank you.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure.
I hope you'll come back again, Susie, and talk
Yes.
about maybe on another subject.
Yes.
Yeah, we can,
Yes.
whatever subject, just give me a heads up and we'll coordinate it.
Well, what about women entrepreneurs? Because I'm big on that. I like the idea of helping women, especially ladies who own their own business, and you helping them use the technology that
Ex-
OnPassive have.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
think about that, even though OnPassive is its own business, think about all of the people out there, and we're talking in women in particular, who struggle with their business.
Yeah, a
As-
lot of ladies struggle.
I did, you know, even though I was working in the corporate world, I had a direct sales business, and that's where I was trying to learn. And it's like, I learned a lot, but it was so like scattered on how to do everything.
Yeah.
So
it is.
now with OnPassive, we can help entrepreneurs, and in this case, women entrepreneurs, to plug in
Yep.
and let the system do the work for them. They can set it all up and just think of the audience they will have and how they can determine demographically who they want to put their business in front of. I'm telling you, they're going to save so much time on that kind of stuff. They're going to really be fully present to help others with whatever business that they're trying to promote, and just think about the money and time they're going to save.
Yes.
And the revenue that will come in because they'll have a great audience targeted to what they have to offer.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Nice.
Yeah, well, that can be the next subject if you'd like. I'd be
Yes.
more than happy, okay?
Yeah, I think that will be our next subject.
Okay, perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
So ladies, you have any final saying? No, we can close off. We wanna thank Susie
Thank you,
McCrea
Susie.
for being
Yes.
here with us today. We
For
thank
Oh,
you so
yeah.
much for being
It's
here.
a pleasure to have you.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here. You are wonderful ladies, wonderful leaders, wonderful founders. And this is one of the best parts of being part of OnPassive is, you know, making new friends, feeling the love, and just, you know, like Ash says, you are like the 5 people you spend time with. I love spending time with intelligent, fun founders with big hearts. And I've enjoyed my time with you guys. I really am honored to be here. I appreciate it. And that poem, woo! That, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Well, we want to thank
Thank you.
our listeners for who listened to our program today. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment below and we will have another session on that subject matter. Don't forget to please subscribe to our channel, The Blazing Stars. Please like, comment, and share. Until another time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.